Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Michelle Loyola, and today I'm gonna start by applying some lip gloss by the brand Essence. And I do this just for my lips not to be dry by the end of the video with all the makeup products we're gonna put. And this is actually a plumbing nude color, but it's still a lip gloss and it feels really refreshing. After, I'm gonna move with the Pixi Skin Treats Hydrating Milk Mist, and I'm gonna spray it all over my face and let it dry. I'm gonna move on with my eyebrows, and this pen is by L'Oreal. And I'm gonna start by spooling my brows so they're not messy and they're looking good. And this pencil is in the color brown, I believe. And I'm just gonna start spooling my eyebrows and outlining them, filling them in. And I always like to spoolie them at the end, so that way it's more natural looking. And as I do to the one, I do to the other. So I'm gonna fill them in, outline them. And I like this pencil because it's thick but it's also thin on the tip of the pencil, and I like its thickness because it's so easy to fill out all the eyebrows on the back towards your ear. And with the thin part, you can draw those little hairs that you want on the beginning of the eyebrow, so it looks more natural. And also the spoolie just makes your whole life easier. Then I'm gonna move with Covergirl concealer, and I use this on my eyelids to clean them from the eyebrow pencil. If I made a mistake, that's a way to clean up or erase. And also to prep my eyes for eyeshadow. If you do this, I feel like it helps you not just to for the color of a shadow to show its real color, but it also helps you with lasting it longer. And with the BH Cosmetics Fluffy Brush, I'm gonna start blending everything in, all the concealer. And the concealer, by the way, is from Covergirl. This is True Blend Undercover Concealer, and it's in the number M500, and the name is of 10. So I'm just blending everything, and I'm really careful on the edges of brows just to make sure I'm not going over them or cleaning more than what I should clean. And I bring down all the concealer to my nose and to the sides of my eyes by the nose. And I do this in circular motions and also swapping the brush until everything looks nice and clean. Now I'm going to be applying Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Loose Powder, and I'm going to be using the same brush and tapping all the loose powder on the same parts where I put the concealer. And this is just to prep again for the shadow, and it helps to show the real color of a shadow, and also for it to last longer, and it helps you blend everything too. And then after, I just spoolie my eyebrows just in case if the powder got in my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna be moving on with shadow. This one is called Moods by Laura Sanchez, and I'm gonna be using the brush by Bobbi Brown, and I'm gonna be spraying it with the Pixi Hydrating Milk Mist, and I'm gonna be applying that blue shade by tapping it and swiping it. And I wanted to do this makeup color of shadow because one of you actually asked me to do kind of a winter makeup look, and also my sister wanted me to do a baby blue eyeshadow makeup, but this is the only blue I had in all my palettes, and I don't have much palettes, but I try to make what you guys been asking for and also what she asked me for. Thank you for leaving your comments. I always read them. So I tap all the product until I really wanted this makeup to be pigmented on the blue because I wanted to focus on the blue. So I made it really pigmented. And then after, I was gonna move with a Cardi brush And this I'm gonna put on these two colors. These are two dusty colors, and I put them on my crease all over it. And the brush is by Cardi again, and the name or number is E31. And I'm gonna be applying the shadows by making a line on the outer corner of a crease by circular motions and also by swiping it. And I do this over and over until I get the amount that I think looks correct, that matches with the blue. And also this time I apply the color, which is the blue, first on my eyelid and after the brown colors on my eye crease. And I did this because I wanted the blue to be shown, but also the crease colors to be blended with the blue. So I didn't want a whole cut of the blue. I wanted to be blended, and I think this was a better way to do it, or the way that works for me. And then after, with a BH Cosmetics, I believe, I'm just going to apply more of that warmer brown, and it's just to soften up the look and to make sure that it's blending well. And I'm going to apply this all over where I apply the other two shadows first on the crease. And then with the same Bobbi Brown brush, I'm going to apply the blue color again just on the inner part and going towards the middle, because that's where I want it to be focused at, not the whole eyelid, but the beginning of the eye and the middle part. And then with the same two brown colors, I'm gonna go again with the Cardi brush and focus on that outer corner of the eye. And I'm just blending the blue with the browns on the outer corner. And then with the Farah Cosmetics brush, I'm gonna be removing all the excess or fallout of the shadows from my face to make sure I'm ready for foundation. And then after, I'm gonna be moving with foundation. I tried this one. It's the Neutrogena foundation in the number 85, and the name is Honey. And I also tried these beauty blenders by Sonia Kashuk, and they were so great. They were fluffy since the beginning, and once you put water on it, they grow like you have no idea. They really grow. So I'm gonna be applying all the foundation with this beauty blender, and I actually needed more foundation because I wanted to be really full coverage. Since the blue is really strong, I didn't want my face to be looking more natural. I wanted to be like I produced myself today, like more fancy. And that's why I put more not concealer, foundation, just to cover up all my imperfections. And I also applied it on my neck to make sure it's matching with the color of my face. And I grab a bigger beauty blender, although they grow a lot, and the bigger beauty blender seems to be really huge. It's amazing. The way they work is just, I loved it. I love those, and they're not even expensive. They were $7 for two, and I got two cases, the smaller one and those big ones. And after that I tapped my face with the bigger part of a beauty blender. And in here I'm just showing you so you can see how big they grow once you apply water. And that package was $7, so I think it's a good deal. And then after, this brush is it's called You Spicy. And with this brush, I'm going to be going over those browns again and making sure my underline water lash line, it's not naked, because I wanted this to be more glam, not natural. I'm going to be putting shadows on my lower lash line or part of the eye so it doesn't look naked. And I'm going to be applying that brown color, and also I'm going to be applying the blue color, which I put on my eyelid. And I'm just going to be focusing that from the beginning of the eye towards the middle, not passing that, and just making sure that it's going to be making a nice blend on on both colors, the browns and the blue color. And then with a bigger brush, I'm just going to be making sure I blend everything well. And this is more fluffy than the other one because I want it to be blended. And then with a fire brush, I'm just making sure everything is nice and neat and it's well blended, so there's no harsh lines or weird looking things. And then after, I'm gonna be moving to concealer to brighten up my dark circles and my whole face. And this concealer is my Maybelline and is called the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer, and is in the color medium 130. And since this was too white, I applied the Covergirl that I use for my crease by little taps because this is really dark too. I don't think you can see it on the video, but it's darker than my color. But it's a really good formula, although sometimes you have to work really fast with it because it's not good if it dries. And again, I'm showing you the comparison on when you put water on the beauty blender, how big they grow. And I'm gonna be blending everything, the concealer in my face. I put some on my chin, on my nose, and on my forehead where the light hits or where I want my face to be looking more narrow, or nose. And I just blend it with a beauty blender, and I do this by tapping it. Sometimes I swipe it, but it's better to tap it. But sometimes I don't have a patience. I have to work on my patience. But that's the way we learn. And I just do this over and over again, and then I grab a bigger beauty blender, and with the thicker part I tap it all over my face just to make sure everything is well blended. And then after, with the same powder that I used before from Physicians Formula and an It Cosmetic brush, I'm gonna basically bake over my under eye, my nose, my T-zone, and on the sides of my face. And I'm gonna do this by tapping all the product, all the powder on my face. And I'm gonna be moving on with the bronzer, and this brush is by Complex Culture. It's a really thick and fluffy brush, and I love it because it makes the job really easy. Although this palette here for contour is not that easy to work with, but it makes the job. I think all you need is good brushes. However, I'm gonna be telling you the name of the contour palette or bronzer palette. This is by Lovercraft Beauty, and the shade I'm using is called Soniva. And I'm gonna be applying these on my cheekbones, on my forehead, and that's why I like always to go a lighter shade on my foundation, because once you put the bronzer, I like to put a lot because I like my face to be looking more narrow, and I think this helps. So that's my secret, and this gives color to your skin. After that, with a smaller brush by Be8 Cosmetics, I'm gonna be focusing on my nose. Since the other brush is really thick, I cannot put it on my nose or else there'll be a big mess. So with the same color, I'm gonna be putting it on the sides of my nose, on both sides, and also on the bottom part, so my nose looks more lifted and more narrow. And I'm gonna blend it well in circular motions, and there I'm applying it on the bottom of my nose, and you can see there's a huge difference. It looks really dark, but it wasn't like that in real life. However, at the end, I always like to go over with a different brush. This brush is more fluffy and is by R&L Moda, and it just helps you blending everything well. And I'm getting rid of all that baking powder that I put on my nose, and also to make sure there's no harsh lines on the bronzer. So for this brush, I like to pass it all over my face, blending everything so everything looks neat and nice and more natural and soft. and it gives that illusion that your face is soft and it's like a baby's butt. And with the Bevel Brush Cosmetics that I always use, I'm going to be applying this highlight on the same Laura Sanchez palette, and I'm going to be applying it on the inner corner of my eyes, and this just make the look to get tighter and looks prettier. I also applied it on the brow bone, and this is just to clean up the brows and to make the look or the shadow more neat. After that, I'm gonna be using the Ilamasqua eyeliner. I don't know if I said that correctly, but it's really hard to say. And I'm gonna be creating a line all over my eye from the inner corner all the way back, and then after I'm gonna be bringing the liner out in a wing form and bringing it back in. And like I tell you, just don't be scared of doing your makeup because everything is fixable, and if you're scared you're not gonna get it right because of the same fear that you have. So just play with it. It's just like something that you can be free of, or feel that just feel like you know how to do it. And then with the Wet n Wild white eye pencil, I'm gonna be putting it on my waterline on the bottom of the lash, and this is just to make my eyes look bigger. And then after that, I'm gonna be moving on with the mascara, and the one I'm using today is by Essence, and I'm gonna be applying that on my lower lashes for them to be looking bigger and darker. Since I'm gonna be putting falsies on the top, they also need to be bigger than natural. And I'm also gonna apply some on the top of my lashes. And then after, for the fake lashes, I'm gonna be using Ardell, and this is the wispy lashes. And here I have them on, but they're not too dark, so I'm gonna be applying more mascara for them to be showing more and for them to be darker. And they also tend to grow if you put more mascara, like they get more curlier because of the mascara, so they look more darker. And with this look, that's what you need something dramatic, and that's the way they look. So after that, I'm gonna be moving on with the Makeup Academy brush, and with the same highlighter I use for my inner corner and brow bone, I'm gonna be applying it on my cheekbones and on my nose and my T-zone and my chin. And this is just to bring light to the face, and I love glitter. I really love glitter. So I'm gonna be doing this, and after I am done with this, I'm gonna grab a bigger brush, the same brush that I used to blend the bronzer and blend everything together. And I don't mind the glitter going all over my face because I love glitter. And then after, I'm gonna be applying this brow mascara by Essence on my brows, just to make sure they're not gonna move throughout the day and that the hairs are gonna stay in place. So this is just like a regular mascara for the eyebrows, and I just pass them through, comb them through, and I'm really careful with the hairs on the front of the eyebrow because it can create that has a tint to it, so it can create a darker shade, and you don't want to be looking like a Sharpie. And then after, just to set everything on place, I'm gonna be applying the Pixi Skin Treats Hydrating Milk Mist again, the one that I applied from the beginning. And with the wipey, I'm gonna be cleaning my lips from that lip gloss that I applied from the Essence brand too. And for the lips, I'm gonna be using the Almay Cosmetics lipstick today, and this is in the shade Never Regret, and the number is 210. And I'm just gonna be applying these all over my lips. And this will be the final result of the look. I hope you guys like it and enjoy watching it. Please don't forget to leave your thoughts about what you like, what you don't like and what you would like to see next. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, your family, whoever you like to share with. And thank you so much again for watching, and until next time.